Hi, everyone. I was just here in March, so it's good to see some familiar faces. Just jump right into it. Forward-looking statements I may be making, please look on our website if you have any additional questions. So the Buck project, as Eric mentioned, it's a bulk tonnage gold, silver, zinc property in central BC. We can have year-round exploration, we have excellent infrastructure, we can drive right to the drill rig, so that really sets us apart from a lot of projects, for example, in northern BC. Low cost of exploration, unconstrained mineralization, we haven't hit the limits yet, so a lot of exploration upside, a lot of potential there. We just closed an oversubscribed $6 million financing, so we're well funded for exploration into 2022. So as mentioned, we're road accessible. We have excellent infrastructure. We're near the town of Houston, British Columbia, which is just south of Smithers. And so that would be the closest regional airport. You can see the Yellowhead Highway is just north of our property package, which is 33,000 hectares. So north to south, it's about 24 kilometers. We have a lot of exploration trails which transect the property. So as mentioned, we can drive right to the drill rig, year-round exploration, so considerable cost savings. And as well, it's in a great mining-friendly region. So there's some previous producing mines as well as current exploration. So silver, copper, zinc, silver, gold. So in terms of mineralization, we have three main styles. So the foremost mineralizing style would be our bulk tonnage. So that's gold, silver, zinc, found in some of this more porous rocks, it's a big volcanic package. And so we get a lot of the disseminated mineralization that way. We're looking at several hundred meters of 0.5 gram to 1 gram per ton gold. So this is more of the bulk tonnage style mineralization. However, we also did have some high grade. We made a high grade discovery at the end of 2020. So up to, I think in two of our holes, we had 1.5 meters of 50 gram per ton gold. In another hole, we had 0.5 meter of 250 gram per ton gold. So some pretty high grades. Those are more vein hosted. So that's in more of the competent, stronger rocks where we have more structurally controlled vein and veinlet hosted mineralization. However, we're not talking, very thick veins that extend over several hundred meters. They're very wispy, and so it all adds to the mineralizing story. As well, we have what we're calling a mosaic breccia, and you can see in the photo there we have this black sphalerite, so that's a very zinc-rich mineral. And so this, again, is right near surface, and it has some pretty great gold, silver, and zinc grades. So we're using the Blackwater Gold Project as our geologic analog, so that's located about 150 kilometers to the southeast of Buck. Their proven and probable reserves are 0.8 million ounces at 0.75 gram per ton gold. So again, these bulk tonnage grades. However, we're seeing very similar grades, if not better grades at Buck, keeping in mind as well that Buck is yet unconstrained. So you can see in the map here, we have some green holes that are still yet to be pending. We had a small program this past winter, and so we're expecting those results back soon. And we just released some holes to the west, so we're significantly expanding our footprint. Every time we drill, we're finding more mineralization, and so this is really great news in terms of expanding our mineralized footprint. So this is something new. We're working on a mineralized envelope, so we're doing a geological model, and we're also starting to model the mineralization as well. So these gold blobs, it would be everything over 0.2 gram per ton gold equivalent. And so this is the mineralization that is connecting in some way, so it's a cohesive mineralized system. And you can see here that there's quite a sizable amount of mineralization there. And with every drill program, we find more mineralization every time we step out or do infill drilling. Most of the holes we drill have some form of mineralization in them, so that really speaks well to the potential here. We just had a news release where we had some holes to the west, and you can see that significantly drew down some of that mineralization. And so, we have some significant potential on the west and the northwest. We're finding additional disseminated mineralization as well. So there's robust continuity along significant lateral and vertical dimensions. And just to take you through the timeline, we optioned the property in 2019, and we've had 5 drill phases. since in about 2.5 years. So in 2020, we drilled 2 phases in 2021 again, and then our recent phase was just this past winter. And so in total, we've drilled about 75 holes for just over 27,000 meters. And you can see just how large this mineralized footprint is getting. Also keep in mind that this is not just the grade that, for example, is being able to connect within the mineralized envelope, but there's still potential. A lot of these holes end in mineralization, so there's a lot of potential at depth and as well as we step out. So we're looking at about a 1 kilometer strength length, and that's just of this modeled mineralized envelope. So there's a lot of drilling that we've done. And yeah, there's still a lot of potential here. So zooming out a bit, you can see the Buck Main area, but when we want to think of expanding this, because everything it's still very open laterally and at depth, you can see that we're using other methods for targeting. For example, we have some great geochemical anomalies. So in the map here, you can see we have some rock samples that have good gold, silver, and zinc values. As well, we're using IP, which is, it tends to point out where the sulfides are, so the very chargeable minerals. And so we have some great geophysical anomalies, and that tends to delineate the disseminated mineralization quite well. And so we're going to be stepping out, we're going to be drilling along strike. And also just for a size and scale comparison, we have the Blackwater deposit, which is just to the left there. And you can see we have a 1 kilometer scale bar. All those black dots are the holes, the drill holes that have been drilled at Blackwater. And you can see that same 1 kilometer scale bar at Buck. So we have very similar grades, very similar size and scale, again, keeping in mind that Buck is yet unconstrained. So as mentioned, we have a very large property package, so 33,000 hectares. We're using zinc as a pathfinder for gold. So we're finding that zinc actually has a very strong correlation to gold. That's part of the exploration targeting strategy that Blackwater used as well. And so if you see on the map there, there's all of these very great zinc anomalies, specifically to the south towards the Urk prospect. As well, we had a recent news release where we discovered some great grades in rock samples, so at the CC zone. So it's about a kilometer and a half, or 1.5 kilometers west of Buck Main. So we got some pretty great grades of silver and copper. And so we're not just a gold story, we're multi-element. And so, you know, there's a lot of exploration upside. And as Eric mentioned, we're finally getting our VTEM geophysical survey done on the entire property. And that mixed in with the geochemical data, we're going to be able to fine-tune some of these targets. And so this summer, we're planning a pretty robust exploration program of both surface work and as well drilling. So Milestones, we've done a lot in a short period of time. We've started drilling, we've done some initial metallurgical work, and then this year we're going to continue with the 3D modeling, target generation, VTEM survey. We're also looking at a permit application for the entire property, so we'll be able to drill these additional targets. So share structure was sitting at just under 77 million shares, outstanding shares were about 11% insider ownership. Excuse me, we have some pretty strong shareholder support. A lot of those are high net worth individuals, so people that feel very strongly about the program and the project and have supported us throughout the way. So we have Tukey Angus on our board. Our CEO, Bob Willis, as Eric mentioned, will be retiring, but management will be in good hands with myself, and as well Tukey and Bob will be on board. So value proposition, again, very minely friendly region, excellent infrastructure, low drill costs. We're well financed, so our $6 million financing will take us through 2022. Upcoming catalysts, so we have those extra drill results coming out from our winter program, so stay tuned for news. We're planning our upcoming drill program this summer. We're going to be doing that VTEM survey, and then hopefully we'll be able to fine-tune some of our exploration targets throughout the property. So a lot of exploration news flow, and yeah, Sun Summit, I think it's a great story, and if you have any questions, please come to our booth.